Hi, and welcome to this week's Something for the Weekend. I'm Tony, and alongside Gary again.
Yeah, I'm Gary, M0TIG, and today we're with a very excitable man from Messi.
We are. So another special for you, where we speak to one of our manufacturers, one of our favourite manufacturers, actually. Yeah. So over to Stefano. I hope that's correct.
Stefano.
Stefano, yeah.
You've got to get it right.
Stefano.
That's the right pronunciation.
I knew I'd get it wrong straight away. I knew it. Apologies. Okay, from Messi and Paoloni. If you haven't heard of Messi and Paoloni before, I'm not too sure where you've been shopping, because it's the only coax that we stock now. And it's premium.
We do some cheaper ones.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. There is, in my mind, there's only one coax now. Okay. So, as I said, we stock Messi and Paoloni cable. We've been stocking it now for a few years. With regards to the quality, it's just so far above what we used to stock. It's unbelievable. Yeah. So basically, over to you, Stefano. Stefano.
Get it right.
Hit me if I get it wrong.
All right, I will do. Yeah.
If you could tell us a little bit about the company, that would be great.
Oh yeah. I should try to be short. You know, our history started in 1946. Yes, my father, Mr. Paoloni. We both were employed by the Allies when they conquered our hometown, and they were sent to as our WT officers for transmissions in a transmitting operational in the harbor of Ancona. Ancona is a harbor in central Italy. So they met there. My father was 17 years old, and Mr. Paoloni was 3 years older. And so they met in this transmitting station, and they decided in 1946 to start the business. So we're in business since 75 years.
Wow!
Yeah, and it's a long-term business, and they started with radio frequency. They always have been involved in radio frequency. We are still selling TV antennas and everything which is concerned with television equipment, and we started manufacturing the cables in 1974. So also as manufacturers, we've got quite a great experience, and at 50 ohm we started making 50 ohm cables 26 years ago for Germany. So we've got also a long-term experience through trading with Germany. And you know how much exacting are the German people? No, the hams, normally they are very exacting people wherever you go, but the German hams are much more exacting than all the rest of the average. So we decided to enter in this market officially only 8 years ago. Because there was a restriction for the sales of the 75 ohm cables due to the crisis, and so we said, oh, let us do something which could make a compensation to what is missing. And as we were already doing coaxial cables for Germany, we said, okay, let us do something more. Let us see, let us study the ham market. It looks very interesting. And so we started making some more models additional to what we were doing for our German customer. And so we created the Ultraflex 10, Ultraflex 7, which are gained immediately a lot of interest in Germany and in Italy, and little by little in other countries. A good luck was that Martin Lynch was one of the first customers we acquired abroad. And since the beginning, they believed in our quality and our market. So we have been able to have a good representation in the United Kingdom and in Germany and other countries. Now, our name is well known all over the world. So we are widespread. We are known even in Australia, New Zealand, in the United States,
wow.
Canada, everywhere. There is not a single part of the world that is not visiting our website, and that is a great thing. You know, it means that the the hams are speaking about the quality of our cables. They are finding our website very interesting because of all the data, all the information we are placing on the website, and we're broadening more and more our range. So we started with Ultraflex 10 and Ultraflex 7, and now we have got for 10 millimeter cables, we've got the Hyperflex 10, which is an evolution of Ultraflex 10. We've got the Hyperflex 10 SAR FT8, which is a white jacket cable for hot countries, or for people who need to have a cable very stable to the temperature, especially in hot countries. And we've improved rate in order to have a stable transmission, a stable management of the heat on the cable if you have got a continuous current. Or we have got cables which are specifically made for being buried, so direct burial cables like Ultraflex Bury 7, 10, and 13. So let us say that our basic cables, Hyperflex, Ultraflex 7, Hyperflex 10, and Hyperflex 15, they can be made with black jacket, white jacket, or polyethylene jacket for being buried. What else I can say? But please make some questions.
Yeah, we get asked a lot by our customers with regards to, as you said, Ultraflex 7. But they're very used in the UK. A lot of customers are very used to not spending a lot of money on their coaxial cable, and we offer Ultraflex 7 as a good value solution.
Yeah.
And the panic is whether they can use it on VHF or UHF as well if it's a short run. So this question we get asked a lot.
Yeah, look, a very interesting thing you might be learned is to make use of our basic calc. It's an application we're placed inside our website. And in this application, it's very easy to make a simulation of all our cables. And you've got to choose the length, which could be meters or feet, so dependently on where you're coming from. And so you place how many meters you have and which is the frequency, the highest frequency you are using. And so they're not talking about the VHF, UHF, or HF. You just place your megahertz. So 28 megahertz, 144 megahertz, and then you have exactly which is the combination for that cable. So just place the number of meters of your run, your cable run. So number of meters or number of feet, and then you place the frequency, and then you start playing with the cables. And just by changing the cable, you're able to see exactly how much attenuation you have, and how much original percentage of the signal you have left. So if you start with 100 milliwatt or 1 kilowatt or 100 watts, and you know how many percentage is left. So not only the attenuation, but how much is left. So you should realize that at 14 megahertz or 8 megahertz or 28 megahertz, even using Ultraflex 7, you can have a very great performance, very good service, and don't need anything bigger.
Yeah, we can let the sales guys know about this.
I mean, with regards to your support as a company to Martin Lynch and Sons, obviously you produce this booklet, which is our most popular book in the whole of our bookstore.
And if you want one of these, by the way, if you're ordering cable, do ask the sales guy or lady for the book. So if you want a catalogue, do ask.
Yeah, please, and we'll mail one out to you as well. So before you buy the cable, even if you want one, we'll mail one out to you. Have a good look through, and as you said, the website is superb. And another question, Gary, as Gary will know because he's our technical guy, is plugs, Gary.
Yeah, plugs.
Fitting of plugs.
I always refer any customer for fitting plugs to your website and your YouTube channel, because you have some excellent videos on how to put plugs on, and how not to, as you were saying earlier, how not to burn the coax. So,
yes. You know, we are. As I think everybody has understood, I'm speaking quite a lot, but I'm also listening quite a lot. So whoever I'm speaking to, I'm listening what they are, or what they want to tell me. What I'm listening to the suggestions. I'm listening to advices. I'm listening to the ideas. You know, and many a time I just keep in mind, and as soon as I can, I make some improvements or some changes in order to make the product more and more close to the customer needs. This, I think, is a very good strategy. You know, we are doing exactly what the market is asking for, and the market, you know, the hams is really a world community. They are always asking the same things. So they always are, and making happy somebody from United Kingdom means making happy somebody from Greece or from United States or Canada or wherever it is, you know, because the needs are the same. They need flexible cables, and the cables which can withstand continuous current, or cables which can be buried underground. So let us say we are keeping here and there news, information, and then try to make a wider and wider range, which is making everybody happy.
Good. Well, as I say, you've also brought out a couple of other products. I remember when we last met at Newark, you had the new the heat diffuser, or the little heat attachment for the plug, and now you've brought out a new is it a putty or a tape of some description?
Exactly. Yes. We this is something we wanted to introduce because at the very beginning, I was really scared because people were asking about the quality of the Teflon for the connectors. They were very worried about if the connector, the original PL259 was a real original Amphenol connector. And if the dielectric was made of Teflon or Delrin or whatsoever, because they had to heat up the connector to such an extent that it wouldn't melt. But they were not thinking about the destiny of the cable behind. You know, the cable, as I told you before, has got a dielectric which is melting at 110 degrees Celsius. So it means that you never have to go over this temperature. Otherwise, we will overlyze first the dielectric and melt the dielectric afterwards. If you melt the dielectric or overlyze the dielectric, you should have a worse impedance stability, a worse attenuation, a worse performance for the cable. So you spoil the cable in that particular point, because let us not forget that the inner core is made of copper, and copper is not only very good transmitter of electricity, but also heat. We got copper pans, which are very effective for cooking. So copper is very good for transmitting heat and as well as radio frequency. And so let us not overheat the cable. This is one of the reasons why we wanted to develop the first generation of connectors, the second generation of connectors, in order to make safer and safer the assembly of the connectors on the coax. And we wanted to also to make the heat suppressor in order to disperse some of the heat generated by the amplifiers. And we wanted to make the wide jacket cables in order to even more keep the heat low, because as you can see in our catalog, there is also a coefficient for the heat. The higher is the heat, and the worse will be the attenuation. So every manufacturer in the world for convention, they give the attenuation at 20 degrees Celsius, 20, 22 degrees Celsius. But if you are living in a place with 40 degrees Celsius, which is 104 Fahrenheit, or if you're living anyway, if you are in summer, wherever you are in summer, it's going to be hot, So 30 degrees or 35 degrees, you've got the worst attenuation. So the better is the cooling, the better will be the performance and also the durability of the cable. Because we want the cable to, it's a good investment, we want the cable to last for longer. So the aging of the cable is also depending on how much we overheat or we don't overheat the cable. So we wanted to make connectors, which could be, first of all, we have very good washer inside, a very good, so the connectors have to resist to humidity, moisture, condensation, and they've got to be very well protected, but sometimes this is not enough. This is another reason why we introduced the silicone seal. The silicone seal is something you can use in place of the vulcanizing tape or the heat shrink tube. Yes, they could be cheaper, but not as quick as our silicone seal. Silicone seal is something you can use without without using a flame, even on the top of a tower, of a pole, where you are in a very unstable balance yourself, and it's windy, it's cold, you cannot switch on the lighter, or if you switch on the lighter will stop working after a few seconds. And with a silicone seal, very quickly, as you can see in the video, you can have the job done very, very well and in a very stable way. So it's a definitive solution, actually.
Have we ordered any of this?
I don't think we have yet, so we will be ordering some.
Yeah, we ordered. Yeah. I was a little bit late to sending you the silicone seal because I wanted to make the right presentation, you know? And I like to do things properly. Yeah, because I think it's not just a question of aesthetics, it's a question of giving as much information as possible. Going inside a shop, a nice, beautiful shop like yours, they have to take the package and watch inside and without asking you anything, they must understand what's about, you know, and if there is a QR code, they point the mobile phone on the QR code, and they see the video, and they understand even better what's for. And so these are our way of working. Yeah, it's really well introduced to our products.
Yeah, the customers have changed a lot over the last maybe 2 years. In that now we don't have to explain Messi and Paoloni products as much. So as I said, because of the support that you give, a lot of the customers are now coming in and saying, okay, I'm putting up a rotator. I know that I don't want Ultraflex. I want to go for Hyperflex. And it's very, very clear. And that's great with a product line. It's beautiful to have something that's very, very clear for the customers and good for us as well as salespeople, that it's nice and easy. So you have all of the angles covered for us. So if it's portable, you know, we have the air. I always get the name wrong.
The airborne's
airborne,
nice.
yes. So the airborne is great for our DXs.
I really would have started to work with this world much earlier, much earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, because we have got the satisfaction to talk to people who are listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. This for me is a great satisfaction. You know, with 75 ohm cables, the first and only question sometimes is how much?
Yeah, cost. Always cost.
Yeah, cost, yeah. So yeah, you can sell the cable by kilograms or by tons. When you're talking about cables, if you are a proud manufacturer, if you love what you do, you've got the chance to develop and making the cable better and better and better, and try to make more improvements, more varieties, you know, and to try to fulfill every need, you know. So I think that we are one of the most complete range of cables offering on the market, because we are just listening here and there what the market was needing, were requesting. So coming back to Airborne 5, you know, Airborne 5 said they were asking for a lightweight cable, a small cable, a cable which could be also a better performance. So this cable is far better than our G58. It's far better than any cable in the 5mm range, and also they have to be waterproof, because they told me we're going to place antennas on the sea in order to use the defect of the water as a reflector.
Linear amplifier.
As a reflector, so the cable has to be submerged in the water. It's okay, polyethylene jacket. So at the end, the cable was made, and they're still using after years the cable for all the expeditions you're doing. And then I had the contact with a French team, which is a Clipperton. It's a famous French team, and they first bought the Pro 50, and they bought quite a lot, 1,500 meters of Pro 50. So they were lucky, they were happy with the cable, but they said, oh, it's a good cable, but it's heavy to bring and also expensive to carry. Okay, I shall do Airborne 10. And between Pro 50 or Ultraflex 10, there were 100-meter coils, 13 kilograms, 13, and Airborne 10 is 7 kilograms. So sparing 6 kilograms per roll means a bunch of money, really an awful lot of money. You know, if you multiply by 15, it's really a lot of our saving for the transportation. And they told me when they went to Juan de Nova, oh, it really did the job, because we had to jump out to the boats and carrying all the stuff like this. You know, and I can tell you, I'm not making so much physical exercise, but if you're trying, me personally, if you're trying to raise a bobbin of 100 meter each of a Ultraflex 10 or Pro 50, I cannot do it with one hand. No. With Airborne 10, I can do like this, you know. It's a 6 kilograms in that case means a lot, and so let us say we solved the problem. But speaking with Americans, for instance, they were asking for flexibility. You know, that they were not used to RG215, or they were used to RG215 to RG8. They were used to LMR 400s. But they didn't know about our cables. So when they were trying our cables, they were saying, "Oh, it's very flexible. I like it. I like it." At the end, every time, is it variable? No, it's not variable. One time, 2 times, 10 times. Said, "Okay, I must do something which is variable and flexible at the same time." So we made Extraflex Berry 10, and after that, you know, Extraflex Berry 7, Extraflex Berry 13. So you're trading in some flexibility, because it will never be as much flexible as the PVC jacket cable. But on the other hand, you've got something which is trampling resistant and really, really variable, or direct variable. So the listening here and there, and very quickly elaborating, you know, okay, let us do something more. It's a complication, real complication for a factory, because for a factory, having the lowest possible number of items is better than having the largest.
Yeah.
And but if you're making the largest number of items, you'll really make everybody happy. In a world in the widespread market, you know, really widespread market. You know.
Well, I mean, I come from a manufacturing background. I worked in you know, sort of quite heavy industry for a long time, and your machines that fascinate me. You know, what happens if you're halfway through a run of cable and the machine stops? Is that, do you?
The problem, any sort of manufacturing, everything has to be going smoothly, because even a single thing that stops, it blocks everything. So it depends on where the stop is. If it's right in the middle, you've got to work. You can work before and afterwards, but you never.
And is it in your factory? Is it noisy?
Oh yeah, yes it is. Yeah. it's like being near a waterfall,
Okay.
When all the braiding machines are working together, it's like being close to a waterfall. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being in the factory, if you don't listen any noise, that's very bad.
That's a very bad sign. It's the same for us. It's the same for us.
Yeah. So we want to listen to noise, actually.
Yeah. Well, Tony and I are fascinated. We want to come to Italy at some point.
Please, yeah.
We want to come and see the factory. We want to go and see a lot of our Italian friends. And over the last few years, we've made some really good friends.
You're all invited. Yeah. With a lot of pleasure. I'm
going to go for the gelato.
I will need to practice my pronunciation.
No, you can do that. I know how to order ice cream and beer.
That's fine. We can
in Italy, you have good food and very nice landscapes and good wine. And also good cable, cable.
Yeah.
And lovely women. My wife is Italian, so.
Anyway, I think that we've probably got enough to work with.
We can go from here.
We can go for that, yeah.
Just so the customers know as well, we will be doing a special on Messi and Paoloni this week. So if you check the website and the mail out, we're doing a little discount for you there. And we do have a new delivery coming soon, I believe. The truck is on its way, I believe.
Is that?
The truck is on its way.
Oh, yeah. So it's on the way. Yeah, yes. We had to hurry up, because one of the problems at this moment is that there's a shortage of raw material.
Yeah.
So especially not the price of copper has increased quite a lot in the last 2 years. In the last couple of years, there was a steep increase in price, but the PVC and the polyethylene, the plastic, the synthetic materials, not only increased, there was a shortage of raw materials. So we had a great problem even finding the white PVC for the white jacket over the Sahara versions. And so sometime we had to slow down deliveries, and sorry for that.
No, listen, from what the world has been through in the last year, 2 years, we're used to it now. It is what it is.
But it's good that it's coming from a manufacturer, because when we tell the customer, I'm really, really sorry, but we're still waiting. There are a shortage of raw materials. They never believe us. They think,
It has happened today, yes, because the very good thing about the house, the right, and we like to answer to the house. It has happened also from United Kingdom, that there were some people complaining about delivery time. And so we had to answer, saying, look, it's not Martin Lynch fault. It's our fault because of this and this and this. And we are taking a great care about the customers, or the customers of our customers, because it's our interest that everything is going very smooth for everybody.
Yeah,
it's very true.
Well, I mean, your cable is used in all sorts of services, so it's an important product.
It is.
So
main part of the station.
Yes, because the quality of the product is very important. Yeah. The standard is even more important, because we must keep a right standard at a certain level. It can be a low standard, it can be a high standard. If we want to be a reference point, as we want to be, it has to be a high standard all the time. And if there's something wrong, we want to give the warranty It's not just a question of 2 years warranty, international warranty. We want to give the warranty, even if it's going beyond the 2 years. It's a problem, a manufacturing problem. Normally it comes out immediately, but we don't want this to happen. So we always respond to everybody. We always give as many information as needed, and we always take care of the customer. Customer care is a part of the product, of the quality of the product. You know, the people must feel confident wherever they are from.
That's our philosophy here as well. As you know, Martin Lynch and Sons is customer comes first. If the customer's not happy, then we're not here. So it is the same.
Especially in the field where everybody's talking to each other.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the same thing. And when we leave and we go on the radio, it's the same. The guy just complained to me. I'll speak to him on the radio, 5 minutes later. So it's the same. Anyway, I think we'll leave it here.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah. We think this premiere has gone on.
and thank you very, very much for your time as well. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks again. Thanks for watching.